My girlfriend told her friends, "He is just a stepping stone. Once the wedding is paid for, I will give it a year max, then divorce him. Wedding is in 8 weeks, and she has no idea I heard everything. I never thought I would be posting here, but I need to talk to someone who is not involved. This happened last Saturday, the 12th of August, and I have been pretending everything is normal ever since. It is killing me. My name is Daniel, I am 31, and my girlfriend Kelsey is 28. We have been together for 3 years, engaged for the last one. The wedding is set for the 7th of October. I run a food truck business that I built from nothing, and it does well enough that I could afford to give Kelsey the big wedding she always wanted. About $75,000 total. All from my savings. Last Saturday we had a barbecue at our place. Just friends hanging out in the backyard while I grilled. At some point I went inside to grab more beer from the garage fridge. That is when I heard them through the kitchen window that looks out onto the patio. Kelsey was sitting with her 2 best friends, Paisley and Isabella, directly below the window. I froze with my hand on the fridge door. God, I cannot wait for this to be over, Kelsey said. The food truck thing was cute at first, but imagine telling people your husband runs a roach coach for a living. They all laughed. My chest felt tight. At least he is paying for the whole wedding, Paisley said. That is something. Yeah, and he is not completely horrible looking, Isabella added. But what is the long-term plan here? Kelsey lowered her voice, but I could still hear every word. He is just a stepping stone. Honestly, once the wedding is paid for and done, I will give it a year max. My cousin is a divorce lawyer. She says I could probably get decent alimony since he owns his own business. More laughing, I thought I might be sick. You are so bad, Paisley squealed, but like, smart bad. Did you see his face when you picked that $6,000 dress? Isabella said. He looked like he was going to pass out, but he still said yes. Because he is desperate to keep me, Kelsey said, and I could hear the eye roll in her voice. Like, the other day he actually suggested we do a food truck catering station at the reception. Can you imagine? I shut that down real quick. Told him my dad would be embarrassed. The thing is, her dad is a mechanic. We have beers together sometimes. He has always been supportive of my business. But I guess that was another lie. 2 more months of playing the perfect bride, Kelsey continued. Then a year of playing house, and I am out. Maybe I will meet someone at the country club where we are having the reception. Those membership fees have to mean something. Right? They went on like that, tearing apart my business that I built with my own hands. My apartment that I saved for years to buy. Even the engagement ring I spent months putting money aside for. At one point, Paisley asked if she was going to keep the ring after the divorce, and Kelsey said, "Nah, I will keep it." Trophy of my starter marriage. They all burst out laughing again. I do not know how I kept it together. I grabbed the beers, walked back outside, and kept grilling like nothing happened. My hands were shaking, but I do not think anyone noticed. When Kelsey came over and wrapped her arms around me, she whispered, "Baby, can we look at videographers tomorrow? The expensive one had a cancellation." "Whatever you want, babe," I said, and kissed her cheek. She smiled at me like she had already won. The rest of the party felt surreal. I kept watching her perform, because that is what it was, a performance. The way she touched my arm when telling people about our plans, how she would gush about the food truck business to my friends, while shooting knowing looks at Paisley and Isabella. 3 years of memories started replaying in my head with this new context. I have not told anyone yet. We live together, and I have been acting completely normal for the past week. Every time she kisses me or talks about our future, I have to remind myself it is all fake. Last night, I lay awake next to her for hours, just thinking about how she laughs about using me while I am right there. The wedding is in 8 weeks. I looked up the contracts, and most deposits are refundable up to 30 days before the date. I have been documenting everything, screenshots of texts. I checked, and my state allows one-party consent recording, so I have been recording our conversations on my phone, just in case she tries to claim something later. I guess what I am asking is, what would you do? Part of me wants to confront her right now, but another part of me keeps thinking about how she played me, how she has a whole exit strategy planned with her cousin the lawyer, how she laughed about it with her friends. I need to go, She just got home and wants to look at those videographer portfolios. Time to pretend everything is fine for another night. Update 1: It has been 2 weeks since I first posted. Thank you to everyone who commented and messaged me. Reading through everything helped me realize I was not overreacting. Some people said I should walk away quietly. Others said I should make sure she faces consequences for what she planned. I have been trying to figure out what feels right while documenting everything and acting completely normal around her. Acting normal is exhausting. Every time Kelsey kisses me or calls me babe or talks about our future together, I have to remind myself that she is performing. That behind my back she is counting down the days until she can cash out and move on to someone better. Some nights I almost break. I will be lying next to her and think about waking her up and demanding the truth. But I do not. I keep playing along. Last night, something happened that made my decision a lot easier. I was in the kitchen around 9 p.m. when Kelsey started FaceTiming with Paisley in the living room. She had her AirPods in, and I guess she completely forgot I was in the next room because she was not being careful about what she said. God, Daniel is so clueless. She laughed. He just transferred another $8,000 for the catering deposit. Can you believe he actually sold his project car to pay for my dream wedding? I stood there in the kitchen doorway where she could not see me. That car was a 1967 Mustang. My grandfather gave me before he died. I had been restoring it for 5 years. Hearing her laugh about it like that, I had to grip the counter to keep from walking in there. Once this is done, I will have the perfect Instagram wedding to launch my influencer career. Kelsey continued. Who needs a mechanic husband when you can leverage a fancy wedding? Barry from marketing has already been DMing me about potential opportunities. Barry. I have met Barry at her office holiday party. Apparently, he is already lined up as the next target. The next morning, I started taking action. I went to our venue and showed the manager, Sarah, screenshots of the texts and a recording. This is disgusting, Sarah said, shaking her head. Listen, I cannot get directly involved, but the contracts are in your name. She would have no legal claim if you do not show up. I will make a note in our system. Then something unexpected happened. Kelsey's younger sister Delilah reached out to me privately. She is 25 and we have always gotten along well. Over coffee, she looked uncomfortable. Daniel, I love my sister, but what she is doing is wrong, Delilah said. She showed me screenshots from Kelsey's private Instagram story. Posts about upgrading your life and using what you have to get what you want. She has been like this since high school, Delilah continued. Using people and moving on when they are not useful anymore. I watched her do it to her last boyfriend too. I will back you up when everything goes down. The hardest part is keeping up the act at home. Yesterday, Kelsey threw a massive fit because I suggested saving money on flowers. You are ruining my special day, she screamed. I cannot believe you would be this selfish. Of course I care, babe, I said, staying calm. I am sorry. We will keep the flowers you want. No, she snapped. I am going to Paisley's. Maybe she actually cares about what I want. The old me would have been devastated. Instead, I used those 3 hours to contact vendors, show them evidence, and secure written refund agreements. I also opened a new bank account and started moving my savings there. I have been collecting every receipt. Almost $23,000 spent so far with 6 weeks to go. Then I found something that made me realize how calculated this is. Kelsey has been secretly filming wedding planning content for a YouTube channel called Kelsey's Luxury Life. Meanwhile, she keeps telling me she wants everything private and intimate. Just for us. The worst discovery was her diary. I found it hidden in her desk while looking for insurance papers. The things she wrote about me, direct quote from 3 weeks ago. Daniel is so pathetically in love with me he will never see it coming. The plan is perfect. Another entry. His stupid car collection had to go anyway. Who wants to be married to a guy who spends weekends working on cars instead of taking me places? She came home around midnight, acting like nothing happened. Baby, I am sorry about earlier, she said, kissing my cheek. Let us go look at cakes this weekend. Okay. Sounds perfect, I said, smiling. And inside, I was thinking about how in 6 weeks, she is going to learn what it feels like to have someone use you. Some other developments. Isabella reached out, guilt-ridden. Listen. I feel really bad about this. she texted. But you should know Kelsey has done this before. In college, she dated a guy named Marcus for 2 years, just because he had a nice apartment near campus. She dumped him the week after graduation. I should have said something earlier. I am sorry. My own sister caught Kelsey flirting with Barry at the grocery store. When I asked Kelsey about it, she said, "Why are you being so paranoid?" This is exactly the kind of controlling behavior that makes me feel trapped. First, gaslighting attempt. It probably would have worked if I did not already know the truth. Meanwhile, Kelsey keeps pushing expensive upgrades. It is just a few thousand more, she says. I have been putting those new contracts in her name only. When I do not show up, she will be financially responsible. I stopped wearing my engagement ring when alone. 6 more weeks of pretending. Then she gets to learn what happens when you mistake kindness for weakness. Update 2 this morning was surreal. I woke up at 6 a.m. on the 7th of October, made coffee, and sent out the video compilation. Just clips of Kelsey discussing her stepping stone plan with Paisley and Isabella, along with screenshots of their group chat about upgrading to richer guys. I sent it to both families, the wedding party, and close friends. Then I turned off my phone and went to the gym. I needed to do something normal, or I was going to lose my mind. By 9 a.m., Kelsey's sister Delilah was blowing up my backup phone with live updates from the church. OMG Daniel, Kelsey's mom is screaming at her in the bridal suite, Delilah texted. Like full meltdown, she keeps yelling. How could you be so stupid to get caught? Not even mad about what Kelsey did, just mad she got exposed. I sat on my couch reading through the updates. Kelsey tried claiming the videos were edited or taken out of context. That defense completely crumbled when Isabella, trying to save herself, immediately confirmed everything in the family group chat. Here is the kicker. Kelsey had convinced her parents to put their credit cards down as backup for non-refundable deposits. She promised to pay them back with wedding money from my supposedly wealthy family. They are out almost $30,000 now. Around 10 a.m. Kelsey Street arted calling from different numbers. I listened to the voicemails later. Baby, please. They do not understand. She sobbed in the first one. I was just joking with the girls. You cannot do this to me. The second one. Do you know how much money my parents spent? How could you do this to them? You need to fix this right now. And the third. I swear to God, Daniel. If you do not show up, I will tell everyone you abused me. I will ruin your life. That last threat was especially stupid since I have been recording our interactions for weeks. My favorite message came from Paisley. You ruined her life. She had everything planned. She was going to get you to buy a house next year, then divorce you and take half in the settlement. Thanks for the detailed confession. Delilah kept sending updates throughout the day. Half the guests left. Kelsey's dad having a breakdown about the charges. Isabella and Paisley got cornered by Kelsey's grandmother and aunts, who were furious about the family reputation. The best moment, according to Delilah, was around noon. Kelsey, still in her $7,000 dress that I had canceled the payment for, ran out to the parking lot screaming, Daniel, where are you? With mascara running down her face. She tried to drive to my apartment but forgot her car was at the salon getting detailed for photos. Dude, watching them fit that massive dress into an Uber was honestly hilarious. Delilah texted with a video clip. She is screaming at the driver that this is an emergency. I had quietly arranged for the reception venue to serve all the food anyway, just as a regular lunch. Most people went and had a good time talking about what happened. The open bar I already paid for probably helped. By 6 p.m. my phone had 147 missed calls. Kelsey's family and friends. Some calling to yell, others to apologize. Kelsey's other sister kept texting. She is having a complete breakdown. She needs closure. How can you be so cruel after 3 years? Well, I needed a faithful partner, not someone planning to rob me blind. Kelsey's cousin Barry, the marketing guy she was already lining up, showed up at my apartment trying to act tough. You need to fix this. Man, you embarrassed her in front of everyone. I pulled up the video of Kelsey talking to Paisley about Barry's messy divorce. She said, and I quote, Barry is so pathetic, crying about his ex like that. At least Daniel has not figured out what I am doing yet. Barry would be even easier to manipulate. I played it through my doorbell camera speaker. Barry stood there for a moment, then turned and left without another word. I know some people will say leaving someone at the altar is cruel, but you know what is actually cruel? Spending 3 years pretending to love someone while planning how to exploit them. At least I gave her the drama she wanted. Just not the version she planned. Tomorrow, I am driving to my lake house. Delilah has been incredible through all this, and is handling family questions. She is enjoying it a little too much. One last thing, those ring photos Kelsey posted all over Instagram bragging about her perfect 3-carat diamond. I switched it for cubic zirconia back in August after I first heard her plan. She spent 6 weeks showing it off to everyone. Hope she did not try to get it appraised yet. She wanted to use me as a stepping stone. I let her think she could, but the whole time she was planning to step, I was pulling the rug out from under her edit. People are asking what I will do with the money I saved. Honestly, I am going to invest it in expanding my business. Maybe get a second food truck. The irony is that the business she was embarrassed about is going to fund my successful future, while she deals with debt from her failed scheme. Final update, it has been a week since the 7th of October. Thank you for all the messages of support. This will probably be my last update because I need to move forward, but I wanted to close out the story. My phone still has not stopped. Every day I wake up to new messages from Kelsey's family and friends. Her sister sent me this yesterday. She is losing it. She has not left her room in 3 days. Please just talk to her. You owe her that much after 3 years. And you destroyed her entire life. Her reputation, her job, her friendships, everything. I hope you are happy. The answer is yes. I am happy. The same people who probably suspected something now want me to fix the mess they helped create. The morning after the wedding, Sunday at 6 a.m., Kelsey showed up at my house. I have it all on my doorbell camera. She was pounding on my door, still wearing part of her wedding dress, but now covered in dirt and stains. "You had no right," she screamed. "You had no right to humiliate me like this. Open this door right now, Daniel. I know you are in there." She kept screaming for about 10 minutes. My neighbor called the police, but she took off before they arrived. The footage is pretty disturbing. The fallout in Kelsey's friend group has been dramatic. Paisley's boyfriend saw the video and realized Paisley had been planning the same scheme with him. He ended it immediately. Isabella's husband has been calling me asking detailed questions about what his wife knew and when she knew it. But here is the biggest consequence. Kelsey had a complete meltdown at her real estate office Monday morning, according to her former boss, who called to apologize. When coworkers asked about the wedding, Kelsey started screaming at everyone. "Mind your own business. All of you just mind your own damn business." Then she threw a stapler at her manager's head and got escorted out by security fired on the spot. She had been telling everyone here that your family money would let her quit her job soon. Her boss told me. She said she was going to focus on becoming an influencer. I am really sorry you went through this. The joke is on her. I built everything from scratch. There is no family money. So now Kelsey is unemployed with $30,000 in debt from the deposits she convinced her parents to back. The video evidence has been making rounds through our entire social circle. Her parents watched their daughter laughing about manipulating me. Her dad called me yesterday. He was crying on the phone. I do not know what to say, Daniel. My wife and I, we sacrificed everything to give Kelsey opportunities. We worked extra jobs to put her through college, and now we cannot even look at her. We are selling our car to help cover this debt. I am sorry this happened to you both, I said. And I meant it. They are genuinely good people. No, he said, his voice breaking. We should have seen the warning signs. The way she treated her last boyfriend, we made excuses. This is on us too. Kelsey has been posting desperate stuff on social media trying to paint herself as the victim. Things like when the person you loved most destroys you for no reason, and betrayal hurts worse when it comes from the one you trusted with your whole heart. But multiple people who saw my evidence have been commenting with the truth. I even replied once with the video clip of her telling Paisley, "Daniel is just a stepping stone. Once the wedding is paid for, I will find someone who actually matters to me." That post got deleted within 10 minutes. That rich guy she mentioned potentially pursuing after divorcing me, he saw the videos and actually reached out to me on LinkedIn. Thank you for the warning. She had been sending me messages for weeks. I thought she was just being friendly and networking. Now I know what she really wanted. Dodged a bullet thanks to you. Kelsey's sister Delilah has been my hero through all of this. Last night she went to Kelsey's usual bar and Kelsey was there trying to get sympathy from people. He was controlling. Kelsey was telling some random guy at the bar he would not let me make any decisions about my own wedding. He was emotionally abusive. I am lucky I got out before it got worse. Delilah walked right up and played the video of Kelsey bragging about her scam on her phone, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. The whole bar turned on Kelsey. She tried to throw her drink at Delilah but slipped on something and fell face first into a table. The bartender kicked her out. That is on video too now. It has been making rounds on local Facebook groups. I almost feel bad about how completely her life has fallen apart. Almost. But then I remember sitting at that barbecue on the 12th of August, listening to her laugh about using me. Her exact words. He is so desperate to keep me. I remember every night I lay in bed next to her while she texted her friends, things like only 8 more weeks until payday. Every time she kissed me and whispered, "I love you so much," she was really thinking about her exit strategy and the divorce lawyer cousin she had lined up. She cannot afford her apartment anymore without me contributing half the rent. Her roommate posted on Facebook looking for someone to take over Kelsey's half of the lease. Last I heard from Delilah, Kelsey is moving back in with her parents who can barely stand to be in the same room with her. Her mother told my mother at the grocery store yesterday, "I do not think I will ever be able to trust Kelsey again." How do you trust someone after learning they are capable of something like this? People keep telling me I went too far. That I could have just broken up with her quietly and moved on. That publicly humiliating her was cruel and unnecessary. But actions have consequences. She did not just try to scam me financially. She tried to emotionally manipulate me for years, use me as a stepping stone while pretending to love me, and she had calculated plans to take half of everything I built from nothing. So I made sure everyone knows exactly who she really is. If she wants to play victim now, at least people know the truth. My business is actually doing better than ever. Turns out people appreciate someone who stands up for themselves. I have had customers come by specifically because they heard what happened and wanted to support me. Good for you, man. One regular customer said yesterday, "Takes real courage to do what you did. My ex-wife pulled something similar, and I wish I had handled it like you did. I have a vacation planned for next month. Paying for it with the money I saved from canceling the honeymoon to Bali that Kelsey had planned. Maybe I will finally visit Japan like I always wanted. But Kelsey said was too boring for a honeymoon. We need somewhere Instagram-worthy." To everyone who supported me through this, thank you. To Kelsey, who I know is probably reading this because Delilah says she is obsessed with finding out what people are saying about her. I hope it was worth it. You wanted to use me as a stepping stone. But you forgot that stepping stones only work if they stay in place. I moved. You fell. And that is not my problem anymore. I am done with this chapter of my life. Time to build something real, instead of wasting any more time on someone who saw me as nothing but a resource to be exploited and discarded when she was done with me. Edit. Someone asked if I have any regrets. Honestly, no. She had 3 years to be honest with me. 3 years to actually love me instead of pretending while planning her escape and calculating how much she could take from me. She made her choices. If the consequences feel harsh, maybe she should have thought about that before treating another human being like a business transaction with an expiration date. I did not destroy her life. She destroyed it herself, the moment she decided to build it on lies, manipulation, and exploitation. I just made sure the truth came out before she could do the same thing to someone else. Anyway, I am logging off now, moving forward. Thanks for everything. Reddit.